So this is going to be really rough because I don't know how to vlog, but I figure, having a transition vlog be as raw as possible is better than having it edited and crazy. But hi everybody, my name is Bryce, I'm 24, I live in Texas, and I am 1 week on testosterone patches. I am FTM transgender. I identify as transmasculine non-binary, so as a guy who doesn't really feel like one or the other, which may not make sense, but it really only has to make sense to me, I guess. So like I said, I am a week on testosterone. I am taking androderm patches, 4 milligrams. Have to change it every day. Still trying to find the right places to stick it because sometimes it just falls off. If you do it in a place with a lot of movement, like the back of your arm, or, I did pretty well with my thigh, but I exercised, so it peeled up a little bit. Wow, I feel like I'm talking really fast. And I know I'm not. I'm just nervous. But, I have been out for, I'd say 6 years, 6 or 7. I came out the summer before senior year of high school. And that was terrifying. It's one thing to come out as gay or bisexual or something like that, which I did, and I'll get into that at another time, but to come out as a different gender entirely was really scary. I think I was 15 when I started to kind of question what I was. I was dealing with mental health problems at the time, so that was difficult, but also not knowing, how to feel in my own body. And, I had this phase of girly girl makeup, dresses, the whole 9 yards, and that stopped feeling right after a while. And I started hearing about, I think the first word I heard was bigender from some of my friends on Twitter. And I sat there and I was like, well, I don't really feel like one or the other, so is that the right term I should be using? And I internalized these thoughts a lot, and then I heard the term transgender, and I was just like, that fits a little better. And I never really thought of myself as a boy. I mean, I had my tomboy moments and my I'm not a girl, I'm something else moments, but I had never really sat and thought, oh yeah, I'm a boy. And once that kind of clicked, it didn't stop feeling right. That, once I realized I am a boy, being a girl felt completely wrong. I couldn't stand being called she and her, and I couldn't tell anybody, I did tell a few people during school. I think the first people I came out to were my cousins, actually, and they were really, really good about it, which surprised me. But, senior year of high school, the teachers I felt comfortable with, I said, is it okay if I go by Bryce and not my birth name, the name that's on the roll call. And the teachers that I asked that about said, yeah, of course, that's fine. And I actually had one teacher who I was really, really comfortable talking to about that, which was perfect because I got bullied in his class by the 3 kids that sat behind me. Not nice things. But, I got bullied a lot for it. I mean, I've been bullied since the 3rd grade, This was the first thing I ever got bullied for, was my glasses. I got bullied for being a very, very loud and proud, at the time, bisexual. I got bullied for being strange. The main guy that, teased me for being gay and things like that would call me Plain Jane, because I told him I'm not a Plain Jane, and I never will be. And so he started to call me that to try to get to me, which... High school's fun. Freshman, sophomore... all the years. All the years are bad. But, I lost where I was going. Wow. That's gonna happen a lot, and I apologize. I tried to make a list of what I wanted to talk about in this video, and clearly I didn't do that. I'm already doing so well. But, teachers that I was out to, obviously friends that I was out to, and I was not out to my family yet. I was terrified to come out to my family. They handled it fairly well when I was 13 and came out as bisexual. Again, I'm sure we'll get into that in another video. But, I was scared of this one. How do you go... your daughter, your sister, your granddaughter, your niece is your son, your brother, your grandson, your nephew. And I don't know how much I can talk about it right now for when I came out to them. I don't really remember coming out to my dad. It was a piece of cake with him. Coming out to my sister, also piece of cake. But like I said, I'll get into the rest of that at another time. But, and it took me a long time to come out to the rest of my family. There were some people I felt more comfortable with, like my cousins. And then I didn't know how, my grandparents or aunts and uncles would take it. And a lot of them took it surprisingly, quick and well and easy. And some still struggle. And I know there's conversations that need to be had, especially now that I am on testosterone and I'm not going back. So that's something that has to be worked on. But right now, my friends are more than accepting. I mean, they sit there and listen to me whine. And I know y'all are watching this, and I love you guys, and I couldn't thank you enough for just sometimes giving me a shoulder to cry on over the dumbest thing. My family supports me. Actually, my mom went with me to my appointment to confirm that I was getting hormones. And when the insurance was being stupid and all of that, she called the insurance company with me. She called the doctor with me. The day I got my hormones, I cried a lot. She was the first person I called. I was in the middle of therapy, actually. Well, okay, so I get to therapy early, always, and I got a phone call, and it was my doctor's office, my gender care doctor, and it was his nurse, and she said, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is insurance isn't going to cover this, which we had kind of figured because it was almost 3 weeks since he had prescribed it, and we got nothing. So that was the bad news. But the good news was that their pharmacy, it would be really cheap, and I could get it within that day, if not 2 or 3 days from that phone call. So I'm in the middle of therapy, and my phone starts ringing, and I look at my therapist, and I'm just like, I think it's the doctor's office. Is it okay if I take this? And he's like, oh my God, yeah, take it. And it's a recording saying your prescription is in at the pharmacy. And I'm bawling. I'm a hot mess. My therapist just lets me cry for a second because I can't even talk. I'm just sobbing. And he says, we have like 15 minutes left, but do you want to schedule and go get that? And I just, yeah, please. And I drove not even 10 minutes down the road to the other location and picked up my box, called my mom before I left, crying, picked up my box, cried with the pharmacist, and I told her these are happy tears, I promise. This has been a very long time in the making. And I got home, and I was exhausted because I had cried and because going to therapy makes me tired. So I took a nap, and when I woke up, there was a card. There was an envelope, like, right at the edge of my door. And I opened it, and it was a card that my mom made. My mom makes cards. And it said, like, hooray on the front. And inside it said, it's a boy. And she wrote, like, I can't wait to watch you transition. Which I, of course, started crying. And then I got downstairs, and there was balloons. And it was a light blue balloon, a dark blue balloon, an it's a boy balloon, and a unicorn balloon because I like mermaids and unicorns. I mean, this is a mermaid scale blanket. Like, told you, non-binary. But, yeah, and then she was like, there's Trace Light Chase cake in the fridge for after dinner to celebrate. And so, of course, I'm crying again, and I'm just like, oh my God, we're actually celebrating this. Like, there was a point where, one, I didn't think I'd get this far, but two, that I didn't think I'd get this far with my family. And the fact that they celebrated with me one of the biggest moments of my life. Like, it blows me away. And I know y'all are going to watch it too, and I love you guys, and, like, your support means the world. Seriously. Like, I wouldn't be here without you guys. I know how to talk. I wouldn't be here without you guys. My friends and my family are my everything. They are my support group. They're my shoulders to cry on. They're everything. And I couldn't ask for better people to have in my life, especially with all the crap that is this. We're here. We're finally here. We're a weekend, and it's incredible that I get to experience this, and I get to share it, and that people allow me to be so open about, these things are going to be changing for me, and, you know, I may act a little differently because hormones might do this, or, like, whatever. But it's just really cool. And I'm excited to, you know, keep track of this and see, you know, me my first week versus me in like 2 years. Not even, like 6 months from now. Like, that's gonna be such a crazy change. And it's gonna fly by quick. Not fast enough, in my opinion, but it's gonna go quick. And I keep repeating myself. I do that a lot, I'm sorry. But I'm excited to keep track of it and to share it and to have you guys experience it with me. Like, that's so cool. How cool is it that with people who, you know, are states away or countries away, you know, I have friends in other countries, like, they can watch this and watch me, you know, watch my voice get deeper, watch me grow facial hair in just the same amount of time as you guys. Like, those that are living with me or those that I'm texting pictures of when something changes. Which we don't have any changes right now. Like I said, it's only been a week. I do have a scratchy throat, but I think that's just because my dad's sick and my mom and I might be catching it. It's not my voice deepening, at least to my knowledge. But I don't know. So I guess I'm going to end it here because I am rambling and I don't have anything else I can think of to talk about. But I will probably update next Thursday and do it as a weekly vlog for now. Unless things come up, then, you know, we'll work it out from there. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if there's things you want to know about that I can put in the next video. I'm totally open to answering questions. There's a couple I'm not comfortable with, and I will let you know if I'm not comfortable with it. I will also let you know if it's not something to ask a trans person, because I get those questions a lot. But again, I am open to answering them. So sorry, Mom, you might learn some things that you didn't want to learn. Yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week.